Welcome viewers. Good afternoon everyone. Welcome once again. In our last class we have dealt with the conservation of coal and petroleum. As we know that natural resources like coal and petroleum are very important and we can't think of running the life without them. But at the same time their amount is very much limited, and because of which they cannot be used more than their limits. Because these resources are very limited, that's why we need to use it, we need to conserve it very wisely. The amount of these resources are limited, moreover they cannot be replenished quickly. That's why they should be used very wisely, and that's why we need renewable resource. Renewable sources are wind, water, solar energy, as we know. So these are the resources which are needed to be used so that we can conserve our coal and petroleum for the future generation. This thing we have read in our last class. Now coming on to the question answer part. The rocks from which metals can be extracted are called dash. So the rocks from which metals can be extracted are called ores. Another question, minerals can be extracted through dash. So minerals can be extracted through mining. If we want to extract the minerals, then we need to do the mining activities are carried on, or minerals are extracted through mining. Very simple. Dash and dash are fossil fuels. So coal and petroleum are fossil fuels. We need to give the example over here. So coal and petroleum are the fossil fuels, as we know, we have already read in the chapter. Coming on to another question, dash is extracted from earth by drilling deep oil wells. So crude oil is extracted from the earth by drilling deep oil wells, as you know. Okay, it is the oil, it is the crude oil that is extracted from the earth by drilling deep oil wells. We should use dash sources of energy to conserve coal and petroleum. So what will be used to conserve the coal and petroleum? We should use renewable resources. Renewable sources of energy are used to conserve coal and petroleum. Write T for true and F for false statements. First one, iron is a metallic mineral. Yes, it is true. Okay, iron is a metallic mineral. Another question, limestone is a non-metallic mineral. So yes, it is also true, limestone is a non-metallic mineral. Limestone, gypsum, mica, these all are non-metallic minerals, whereas iron, copper and other things are metallic minerals. Another question, in true and false, coal cannot be used for cooking. It is a false statement because coal is used widely and they are used for cooking up of food, as we know. Another question, in true false, non-renewable resources can be replenished quickly. We know that this is a false statement because non-renewable resources cannot be replenished quickly. Okay, so it is a false statement. Another question, wind is a non-renewable energy resource. So yes, wind is a non-renewable, it is actually a renewable resource. So again this statement is false. So wind is a renewable energy resource, as we know. So this is a false statement. Yes, right. Yes. Moving on to the next part, we have match the following. Okay, 5 match the following is there, in which first is metallic mineral. So metallic mineral I have already matched, as you can see here. Out of the options given, metallic mineral is platinum. Platinum is the name of the metallic mineral. Non-metallic mineral, yes, out of these option it is phosphorus. So phosphorus is non-metallic mineral. Phosphorus, gypsum, mica, okay, all these are non-metallic minerals, whereas metallic minerals, iron, platinum, gold, silver, okay, these are the metallic minerals. Coal mines, where is a coal mine located? Yes, it is in Dhanbad. Okay, so coal mine is located in Dhanbad. Petroleum refinery is in Jigboi, Assam. Okay, fuel that is used is diesel. Okay, so these are the match the following in which we need to match it correctly. I have already matched the names which are written besides these. Okay, they are the correct match. So these are the correct matches for these. Now you have to answer in brief. First question, what is mineral? Naturally occurring substances having definite chemical composition. So minerals are naturally occurring substances having definite chemical composition. Okay, minerals are naturally occurring substance. Whenever someone asks you what is mineral, minerals are naturally occurring substances that have definite chemical composition. Okay. Another question, what is the ore of aluminium? You have to give the name of ore of aluminium. It is bauxite, which is the ore of aluminium. So bauxite is the ore of aluminium. Name two uses of coal. You have to give two uses of coal. Coal is used for electricity production as well as for cooking food. So always remember that two uses of coal. Coal is used for electricity production. Electricity production is also a work. Okay, in thermal power plant you might have remembered, in thermal power plant coal is used. It is used widely for electricity production. Another use of coal, it is used for cooking up of food. So food is made, food is cooked by the help of coal. So coal is used for cooking food. Food is cooked for food is cooked by the help of coal in many of the rural areas these days. Okay, you can cook the food by using coal. Now another question, name two things that can be obtained from the refining of crude oil. So you have to name two things that can be obtained from the refining of crude oil. It is diesel and kerosene. These are the two things I have written. You can also write different things like petrol, diesel, kerosene, okay, asphalt, paraffin wax. There are several other things that can be obtained from the refining of crude oil. Crude oil is raw petroleum. Okay, when they are refined, we get the things in the form of petrol, diesel, kerosene, and all this stuff. Okay, so these are the things to be remembered. Not much thing to remember. These are the things. These are vital things which are needed to be remembered. Answer in detail. Now you have to answer some of the question in detail. First question is, what are metallic minerals and what are their uses? So what are metallic minerals? First of all you need to define this, and what are their uses and what is their use. So metallic minerals, minerals which are composed of metals are metallic minerals. Minerals that contain metals, minerals which are composed of metals, minerals that has metals are metallic minerals, as we know from the chapter. And what are their uses? There are too many uses of metallic mineral, or you can say when metal is extracted. So use of metals also you can write. They are used for making utensils, tools, electrical appliances, wires, vehicles, etc. So too many uses are there. Precious metals are used for making ornaments and jewelry, as you know. Okay, so these are the various uses and these are metallic minerals. Okay. Another question is, how is coal formed? So the question is, how is coal formed? Very simple it is, as we know. Okay, anything if goes inside the earth, they are acted upon by pressure and temperature. So I have written the answer as, the trees in the swamps, when they die, then they got buried and started decomposing. Okay, so when anything dies, then they got buried, they got inside the earth. And when they got inside the earth, they were started upon by factors, several factors. So they are acted upon by factors like temperature, pressure, and other things. Okay, so when they are being continuously exposed to these factors like temperature, pressure for millions of years, then we know that because of these factors like pressure, temperature, okay, these plant matter or dead matter or these matter get converted into coal. So very simple, coal is formed by decomposition of dead and decaying parts of trees, animals, and all these things. Okay, after millions of years, when continuously exposed to temperature and pressure, then trees and other materials, whatever is being buried inside the earth, get transformed into coal. Another question is, why should we conserve coal and petroleum? This is very important question. Why should we conserve coal and petroleum? So coal and petroleum are very important, right? As we know, coal and petroleum are very important, and their amount is also limited. See, because we cannot think of running a life, we cannot think of running of a world without the use of coal and petroleum, but at the same time they are limited in nature. They are not available in plentiful amount. Moreover, they are needed to be extracted from earth, which are being formed after millions of years. So in another words, we can say that it takes millions of years for the formation. It's not a question of 1 day, 2 day, 1 month, 2 month, 1 year, or 10 years. It takes millions of years for the coal and petrol to be formed inside the earth. So it's our prime responsibility that we should conserve it for the future generation. So because it takes millions of years, replenishing of these materials like coal and petroleum is not easy. They are replenished after long time. They are replenished after millions of years. So it takes millions of years for formation. So we conserve coal and petroleum for the future generation, right? So this is all about the chapter. Because we have completed the chapter, moreover too much time is left out, so let's have a quick recapitulation of the session. Okay, question answers we have discussed right now. Those who have left out the earlier video, for them I am recapitulating the things so that they will have a more better concept of this chapter. So this chapter starts up with the jump start, right? So give two examples of igneous rocks. It is granite and pumice, as we know. Okay, apart from that, basalt is also there, obsidian is also there, which you have might have learned. So if you are going to read these things time and again, then it becomes very easy for anyone to remember the examples of these igneous rocks. And mind you, only revision is the key for remembering up of these things. We all are humans, we can forget many things, but by means of continuous revision and by practicing recapitulation only, we can keep these things in our mind. Give two examples of metamorphic rock. Marble is there, slate is there, gneiss is there, GNEISS. Yes, remembered? Yes. So too many examples are there. You can give any two examples of metamorphic rocks. I have written marble and slate. You can also write marble and slate. Two renewable resources are sun and wind. Okay. Apart from that, water is also a renewable resource. Okay, with the help of which electricity can also be produced, right? Another question, what are mines? What do you mean by the term mines? What are mines actually? So excavation, digging in the earth for extracting coal or other minerals. That means excavation in the earth, excavation done, digging done in the earth, deep inside the earth, so that coal and other minerals or various other useful ores can be obtained. Okay, that place is called mines. So mines are meant for extracting up of minerals. Okay, Another question, name two different types of soil and where are they found. I have given two example as black soil and desert soil, and the place where they belong to or the place where these are found. Black soil is found in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Desert soil is found in Rajasthan and Gujarat. Okay, so these are some of the questions which we have already discussed. What are minerals? So I have already discussed minerals are naturally occurring substances. These are naturally occurring substances. Each mineral has definite chemical composition. So minerals are naturally occurring substances that have definite chemical composition. These are found in different rocks, as you might be aware of. Example is aluminium, magnesium, gold. Okay, these are the examples. Now minerals are of two types, metallic and non-metallic, as you know. Metallic minerals, what are metallic minerals? Minerals which are composed of metals. Okay, for example, iron is extracted from hematite ore. We know iron is a metal, so this mineral is metallic mineral because it is a metal. Iron is extracted from hematite ore, magnetite ore and other ore. Okay, copper from chalcopyrite. So these are very important questions. Name the ore of copper, chalcopyrite is there. Name the ore of iron, hematite is there. These metals are used for making utensils, tools, electrical appliances, also for making ornaments, jewelry, furniture, vehicle parts, okay, etc., etc. So these are some of the uses of metals, or you can say metallic minerals. Okay, moving on to next, non-metallic mineral. Non-metallic minerals are also important because two important non-metallic minerals which are being used on wide basis. These are being used widely all over the country, not all over the country but in the world only. Okay, so non-metallic minerals that does not consist any metals, that do not contain the metals, are non-metallic minerals. Example, mica is there, gypsum is there, coal and petroleum. Very important non-metallic minerals, coal and petroleum. These are important fossil fuels. Okay, so coal and petroleum are important fossil fuels. Moreover, these are non-metallic minerals, so always remember. And in this context only, we need to learn about coal, how it gets formed. So coal takes many years to form, as we know. It takes millions of years, billions of years to be formed. Coal is very important because in rural area, if you go, you can find we use coal for cooking food. Okay, when tree in the swamps die, now how this coal is being formed, as I have already told you, and here also it is written that when tree in the swamps die, they got buried inside the earth, and as a result they get decomposed after millions of years. So they get decomposed after millions of years. So the high pressure and the temperature inside the earth slowly turn the dead plant matter into coal. So very simple. If you need to write it very shortly in brief that how coal is formed, you can easily write that when tree in the swamps die, or when tree gets died and get buried inside the earth after 1,000 years, then they are acted upon by temperature and pressure inside the earth. When these pressure and temperature inside the earth slowly and certainly acts on these trees, then after millions of years they got transformed into coal. Coal is obtained, as you know, from underground mines which are located deep inside Earth's crust. So these are important coal mines which are Raniganj in West Bengal, Neyveli in Tamil Nadu, Dhanbad in Jharkhand. It doesn't mean that these are only the coal mines. There are many more coal mines, okay? But these are major coal mines. That's why the name came in the book. Okay, after the formation of coal, we need to learn a bit about the formation of petroleum also. Okay, so if we need to learn about the petroleum, Petroleum, how the petroleum is formed, as you know, when aquatic animals die. Aquatic means those animals which live in inside the water. So when aquatic animals die, their remains, their leftover, or those dead parts, body parts, they settle on ocean floor and got buried under the mud and other sediments. So when they settle on ocean floor and got buried under mud and other sediments, then they are acted upon by extreme heat and pressure inside the earth, because inside the earth, as you might be knowing, that there is excessive heat and pressure. So when these aquatic animals die, they get buried deep inside the earth and they got covered by mud, clay, silt, and other materials. Now, when these are being acted upon by temperature and pressure inside the earth, after millions of years, after 1,000 years, after million years, after billion of years, these got formed into crude oil. Mind you, the oil that is obtained by this process is not pure petroleum, it is crude oil. Okay, so crude oil is extracted from earth by drilling deep oil wells. Mind you, so crude oil is extracted from earth by drilling deep oil wells. Now when these crude oil is sent to the oil refineries, then various products are obtained like petrol, diesel, kerosene. So all these are petroleum products. So by knowing this fact only, you got to understand, or you need to understand, how important is this resource, petroleum, because crude oil is making, or crude oil is the source for all these things, petrol, diesel, kerosene. That means when crude oil is refined inside the refinery, then various useful products like petrol, diesel, kerosene, and all these things are obtained. In India, Bombay High is an oil field. So an example is also given. In India, Bombay High is an oil field, whereas Digboi is in Assam, which is a refinery. So mind you that Bombay High is an oil field. It is an example of oil field, whereas Digboi in Assam is a refinery. So there is a difference between the oil field and the refinery. The difference is oil field are the places from where oil is extracted or is being taken out, whereas oil refinery are the places where crude oil is being sent, and once they are sent, they are converted into various other useful products like petrol, diesel, kerosene, and all this stuff. Petrol and diesel are used as fuel in vehicles. The uses of petrol and diesel, not to mention, because they are very useful. As we know, if I am going to stop all these petrol and petroleum products, then the world will come to stand still, because we can't think of vehicle, we can't think of machines, we can't think of these mechanical items which run without the use of petrol or diesel. Moreover, several other uses of these are, they are also used as lubricant. Lubricant, as you know, I have already told you, which are used to reduce the friction in between machinery parts. So lubricants are being used, paints and varnishes are also being made. Okay, so these things already discussed. Okay, so hopefully in my next class I am going to begin now with another chapter. Okay, so these are the things. I think you might have understood all these things. very easy things to understand. All you need to do is to read these twice, thrice, and you have to make a proper recapitulation or revision of the things. So next time I'm going to come up with another chapter. Till then, have a nice day. Have a wonderful day. Bye.